Why is it important to do these pre-quests? Because they give you 20 uncapped hero crests each week. Meaning crests that do not count towards this cap. It's basically a free 20 hero crests each week that you cannot get from any other source. So it's kind of mandatory you do it all the time. Hey Dot, welcome to the stream. Mythic stuff. Ring is saving pretty good for BM with dungeon size, but could be fake because my haste is too high. I mean, it's not necessarily fake in that scenario, right? Have you already opened your vault? Yeah, the vault command is updated. Didn't they fix it though? My Larius add-on still says that it's 20 uncapped hero quests, Yama, so I don't think so. He tends to be on top of these things. I mean, the thing is, Mythic track chest is your guaranteed biz. Staff, Beast, Critverse. Actually, that's also biz, right? But it's not like biz by much of a margin at all. Whereas the Mythic track chest has no equal. Good boy. From what I know, they changed to be tapped. Did it today and it was capped hero crests. Okay, well that's sad. I guess Larius is slacking then. Well, I'm kind of just waiting for everyone to be on for keys. And honestly, I don't even need hero crests anymore. Like, I need 40 to send my cloak fully. And that's like it. Because my bracers are socketed normal, and that's better than 276 fully upgraded. So yeah, that's a bit... Oh, no. The guide dog says the crests are kept. Maybe just didn't update add-on. Well, it's possible. I mean, from what everyone's saying, I think you're right. The doctor current week. I mean, you can always just wait, Bucket. Like, if that's the concern, you can always just wait. Really? It has set access? God. Saturday night, oh, you rate that late. That's kind of rough. On the other hand, if you're not pushing keys between now and then, I mean, it's kind of not a wait, right? Like, if all you're doing is raiding. And the thing is, like, keys are not that time sensitive. You have a whole season. Not at the keys you do now, strictly speaking, matter. One night a week and just do keys for fun outside of that. Fair. Well, yeah, the system is just laid out. I guess, yeah, I mean, the system is always such that waiting is the smartest move when in doubt. Dude, why are all these mobs just fucking me? You see a problem with using 2 unused trinkets? I mean, I don't know. It's as bad as it seems. It's a little bit worse than in Sims, because obviously there are moments you would hold an unused trinket for to gain like extra value in a practical scenario. Just an example of how, you know, all else being equal, the bursty option is always best. Because there's always some moment where holding like damage is more valuable in a fight than average. Even for a completely flat spec, you would still, you know, if the DPS was actually equal, then you would still run an unused trinket with some bursty element to it. Of course, Hunter has no completely flat specs. Hey, Colo. Colo. Welcome to the stream. Mythic Shoulders is best option. And the problem is it's not even a catalyst piece, right? But it's probably not your best option. A socket is probably your best option. People massively underrate and underpick sockets from Vault. Especially this season where sockets are more valuable than I think they've ever been. Especially your first, your initial sockets as MM are really crazy good. Like past the guaranteed ones. Like yeah, your first 2 sockets past your guaranteed ones are super high value for MM. Because they enable you to fully realize the potential of the crit effect gem. So yeah, very underrated. Like the only thing that's better than socket is basically a track upgrade on chest, legs, helm, or like a puzzle box or something. Tier helm with socket is like basically the best vault you can get. It's better than a puzzle box. Like aside from a weapon, if you don't have a weapon, a tier helm with a socket is the best possible vault. Mythic track, obviously. Oh, I should have taken the portal. Mythic tier helm with socket plus mythic puzzle box. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna claim it's a tough. It's not a tough choice because I mean, you can eventually get the helm with a socket, but you would need like a vault that's not good enough to justify picking anything but a socket in the future. Whereas the puzzle box is kind of, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I would pick in that scenario. I'll probably pick the puzzle box, but I would be sad about it. My vault was okay, Son of Devil. How about yours? Puzzle box mythic, hell yeah. Doesn't get much better than that. A copy the talent loadout X that he posted in Discord makes life so much easier. Yeah, it's kind of neat. Like I would put that out normally, but it's just another thing I'd have to keep updated, and like I feel like I'm updating enough things in my life. My vault is cursed for BM, which seems high end dungeon slice. You cannot use dungeon slice. Period. End of sentence, actually. For MM, it's the Mythic tier set gloves. I mean, Mythic tier set gloves is okay. Hey, Lerk. Hey, Dissing, what's up? Yeah, I would definitely need to meditate a bit on it, though. Because, like, if you pick the socketed helm, and then later on you get a vault that's really stinky, and it's like, oh, you want to pick vault, but you actually have socket, but you have nothing to socket because you picked that pre-socketed helm earlier, like, and you didn't pick the puzzle box. I don't know. It's I don't know. Should have lost that one. Just return to midnight after being down with stress. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad you're back. Is BMPL viable for heroic grade intense? I mean, everything is, right? Because it's heroic grade. Try to limit the cognitive load as much as possible. I mean, then I think BM is great for that purpose. I have the crafted ways that I can apply the socket on. Right, but I mean, yeah, okay. So that will, if your next vault stinks, that's where it'll go. But what about the next one after that? I mean, there's so many what ifs with vaults. I'm not saying these things are likely to happen, but the thing about the puzzle box is that, like, getting a puzzle box in your vault is actually quite rare. Like, you hear about it all the time happening, but that's because you don't hear about all the bad vaults out there. You only hear about the good ones. The odds of getting a puzzle box in your Mythic Plus vault is something like, let me do the math after I kill him up. It's like 1 in either 54 or 59, which is like basically 1 to 2% odds. Well, it's not like it's it's 1 to 2% per slot, so it's like triple that, right? 3 to 6%. Do you have a guide on how to sim for Mythic Plus? Basically, you use my MDT sim wrap, but the thing is, I haven't made it yet. So right now, I have no official recommendation on Mythic Plus simming because every option that's out there, I don't think is good enough. And the one thing I do think is good enough, I haven't made yet. I will say, though, that for MM, it doesn't really matter because it does the same damage in the same ways no matter what. Oh, I gotta kill another mob. When my first Academy 10 got the puzzle box, there are a lot of people in chat really mad at you right now. People doing dozens and dozens and dozens of runs and not getting it. I got it in the first few days, so the only like rough grind I had was seats for the aberration shoulders, which ended up having a lifespan of like 1 raid. So I have to do all hard and normal prey every week. No, I mean, you know, if my chat is right, you don't even have to do any prey any week because these quests I'm about to get are not even capped. Or uncapped, I should say. And so if that's the case, and we'll find out in a moment, then prays are just dead content. I kind of hope that they're dead content because I don't want to... Well, the thing is, I'm done with hero crests this week either way. What is cap per week? You get 100 crest cap allowance on all your crests every week. What do you think about the Matrix Restabilizer Trinket? It's as good as it sims. No better, no worse. They had to nerf it because it used to be really OP. They nerfed it back in late Dragonflight because it used to be, you know, in the old days when I was a young one, Trinkets had internal cooldowns and they would always reliably proc every, 1 minute 15 or so. Or 1 minute 55. And in those days, you could combine that with an unused trinket. And you could effectively have a double unused trinket
if you synced up things just right.
And then when time walking came around, those trinkets became high eye level again, and then you could combine them with proper unused trinkets, and it got silly. And the matrix restabilizer was such a trinket. And then they killed it because that was, yeah. Wait. Ah. Any way to sim the seed shoulders? No, but basically just, I mean, I don't know how. I'm pretty sure it's possible, but just add 0.5% to their value or so. That's a lot of the lines. Am I even going to get to play here? Not sure if you heard you say that Dungeon Slice is useless. Dungeon Slice is useless for all specs in WoW. It's just not everyone has realized it yet. Is it okay if I link you a clip? I mean, I've already seen the clip Swift bows, but like, yeah, it cannot be reliably reproduced. And so I'm sure that it's a bug, but it cannot be reliably reproduced. And so I can't report it and I can't do anything with it. Okay, let's see. The bug is that whenever he presses Beast of Wrath, the whole zone lags around him. Like everyone around Swiftbows lags whenever he presses Beast of Wrath. Okay, let's see. 315 hero crests, and I picked them up, and yeah, they count towards the cap. So no need to do praise anymore on GG. Banger. Got first boss, weapon and trinket, crit haste. Oh yeah, I mean you have to wait until raid to see if you pick weapon from vault. MM or BM at POS dungeon, they're pretty close. They've sort of, I haven't checked the latest data. The BM exploit is you can like accidentally trigger it on last boss, which is helpful. I think that it also works on the, pretty sure it also affects you on the second boss. I think once they fix that exploit, if they do, which I think they will, it will actually hurt BM quite a bit in pit. Because it's a relatively prio-heavy dungeon and it has a 2-target-ish boss. Watch your YouTube videos and those help me quite a lot to improve at 2.8k just now. Thank you for awesome content. Thank you so much for the kind words, Blue Strat, and welcome to the stream. I took Mythic Trinket and maxed it out. I mean, that highly depends on what trinket it is. Like, you know, no slot varies more between the items in it than trinkets. It's the one that increases your agility. I have the game in German. The mastery one with increases your agility. And it's mythic. So it's probably a gaze of the, like the gaze. That trinket is pretty good for BM, not so hard for MM. Ooh, Vessel. Oh, Vessel is really bad. I mean, but you still saved crests on that slot to some extent. Kind of. I mean, yeah, you have saved some crests. Got a Mythic track, crit haste weapon involved, and Mythic track, voracious ring, waiting for reclaim now, yeah. But guys, like, don't underestimate the power of a socket. A socket is... If you have something that you can put it in long term, socket is one of the best vaults you can have. Like, it's 0.5% or so, which is this almost the same as... It's like going from, let's say, heroic to Mythic track shoulders. Hey, Lucy. I'm having a pretty good season so far, yeah. My gear's pretty good. My guild is doing quite well. We're currently sort of hovering around World 100 on a 2-day schedule, which is pretty good. What are optimal sockets for a hunter? Depends if you're MM or BM. Do you ever run misdirect for keys as BM? Yeah, because you play Dark Ranger BM, so you can still MD your black arrows and get some value there. What's reclear spec this week for you? Just MM. The only boss where BM is better than MM is Voracious, and that's a meme boss, so... I play MM for most part. I think it's better for Mythic Plus. It depends on the level of Mythic Plus you're doing. At the 2.8k level, I would say yeah, probably. Let me just put my gear on here. Do you remember which day you did Dream with Mythic last week? I like to watch the fight from your POV. That would have been Wednesday, so 7 days ago. I should probably get Twitch Turbo so my VODs last like 60 days. That seems like a obvious bit of value for a streamer to have, since I'm not a partner. But yeah, for sockets, for MM, if you have 5 sockets or more, then you run the, crit effect gem and you mix colors. And if you don't, then you just run pure agility and crit mastery gems. Then YouTube as well. So yeah, so YouTube has my VODs forever. That's fair. I did drop the Mythic weapon last week, yeah. Would you play MM or BM for 15 mag? BM. For casual that doesn't care about anything besides Raid and Mythic Plus. Isn't that all any PvE player cares about? What's easier to perform on, Hunter or Frost Mage? I wouldn't know. I don't play Frost Mage.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Ibreezus, what's up? Oh, BOE's up. The thing is, like, they're no good. Like, BOE shoulders can be good if you're a crafted weapon, I guess. Oh wait, no, it's BOE. Is it shoulders? I thought they were belt. Mythic track puzzle involved? Hell yeah. Doesn't really get better than that. I got a lot of gold. 5 mil though? But like, what stats on the shoulders? Can you get all gear raid and Mythic Plus in Vault, or is it only in Plus loot? The M Plus vaults, the middle one has M Plus loot, and the raid vault above has only as raid loot. It's that simple. Hey, here now, welcome to the stream. MM is better in raid, but BM is better in Mythic Plus. BM is not better in Mythic Plus in every dungeon. Would pay like 2 mil. Could it be anything besides one stat? The crit mastery, I mean... Yeah, I guess that can make sense. Can you make a list of what dungeon BM is best? I already have. It's in the BM versus MM command. Although I haven't updated that yet. That's updated as of a few days ago. But the thing is, now that I think there's been a log crackdowns on the BM exploit, I think maybe MM is going to take over some dungeons. We'll see. Can you believe the guys believe that the parts of the Chinese WoW community gaslit us into thinking pack leader is good, and then they were exploiting the whole time? What was the PL exploit? Just that you could use a toy to trick your Wild Instincts talent into feeding all your barb shots back into your, the boss. If you guys have been looking at Lura heroic rankings, or actually any Mythic boss rankings for Hunter recently, you would have seen like it was the whole top 100 was just Chinese pack leader BM hunters. And a lot of top Mythic Plus logs as well, same thing. And then if you looked at the damage breakdown, their barb shot was doing 40% of their single target. It's like, they buffed it, but not that much. Pack lead ain't shit, it pumps. No, it doesn't. It's good on Voracious. And maybe even Lure Mythic, because the pure single target. Will it be this week that you get 10 hero crests for 30 champ crests? I mean, you can do that any week, right? Yeah, that's just a universal concept. You can always trade up lower crests for higher ones. But they'll still, it won't let you breach the cap or anything. So it's, there's not that much reason to do it except to save time in the short term. Fist, thank you for the prime. Why is the Chinese hunters playing pack leader in 20 keys? Mostly because they're exploiting. It's a mixture of them exploiting and them just thinking it's better. Even though all the evidence points to it not being better. They're not all exploiting. Some of them are just misguided. But most of them are exploiting. Like, if you see a Chinese BM pack leader log and it's doing well, like 95% chance it's exploited. How can I add damage, pod duration, and buff bar in CDM? Go to icon management, and then buffs. And there you can add custom buffs based on casts and whatnot. If you're using my thing, then yeah. Anyone's playing PL like all last season 2, I think, was the same exploit present? No. But I mean, last season, pack leader was nowhere near Dark Ranger. Except maybe in Arakara, but there it was just too squishy. Like, no one was playing pack leader at the top last season, but that was a completely different paradigm. Anarchy, thank you for the sub. What'd you get from Vault this week? Let me just make sure I don't die here. Either Mythic Tier Legs or Socket. Not sure yet. Do you know if you have 4-piece on main, can you loot the charges on your ult? There was a brief bug early on where you could, but they fixed it. So only a few people got to benefit from that. I might come to regret this true shot, maybe. Kind of semi-regret it. The single word less. I'm so sad now that I took this trinket. It's just one vault. There's what? Gonna be dozens of vaults throughout the season. Does it suck? Yes, but have you learned a lesson to check these things for the future? That most people have had to learn when new to WoW? Some lessons are just expensive in life. Hey, Poneki, welcome to the stream. I was at a 10-minute ophthalmologist appointment a few weeks ago. 10 minutes I was in there, and I just forgot to set my fucking parking meter on my car, and I got a €150 fine. So maybe that makes you feel a little bit better about taking the wrong. We're so dead.
I simply wish you had lasted a little longer.
I misunderstood MM since when I'm watching now, I can't see a single multi-shot. Yeah, if you've been pressing multi-shot as MM, you've been fucking up a lot, but you're not alone. It's a 12. What's happening? I took a look at Job Optimizer and it was listed there. I mean, it's an upgrade, but you could have picked something that would have been a bigger upgrade. Raidbot's Job Optimizer is not a troll. Although it's a tool that can be used in trollish ways. I don't understand how that happened. So healer just died early and we just fell behind or what? Is there ever time to not use precise shots during volley? For ultra short-term bursts, non-true shot volleys, yeah. Like Imperator ad waves. And orbs on dragons and so on. Situations where if you spend the precise shots between the two aim shots in volley, they'll all be dead by the time you get to the second one. Is there any trick to you just go around, look at your map for traps, blue strat, and that's the way.
Only the strongest survive.
Puzzle RFTS. You're forgetting Arcane, aimed Arcane Volley, aim shot, Chakram. Nope. All wrong. The best AoE burst is just the one from the guide. There's no need. Everything you can think of pretty much has been tested already. There's so many smart people, not just me looking at into burst windows and the guide and everything. And if you can think of it, someone has tested it to be worse than what's currently in the guide. You can pretty much trust me in that. Hello, I'm Waldo. Hey, thank you for the sub. And we found Waldo. My Icy Veins guide, if you do the guide command, or my MM guide on On YouTube, yes. Either works. Oh, really? I hate that. Thank you for the kind words, Megaless Games. Better vault this week? Yeah, I'm not too upset about my vault this week. I mean, even if it's possible I'll pick a socket from it. If I pick a socket, it's because I'll be getting blessed by a raid drop. So I'm kind of in a win-win situation. You were devastated by the last vault. I was pretty sad. Yeah. But then my luck turned once, my luck turned on that evening. Oh, but yeah, I was pretty grumpy last Wednesday's weekly stream. Got Mythic Gaze followed by Heroic Gaze from weekly quests. Somehow, that's kind of rough. Oh heck, already going. You need to kill bosses on Mythic to be able to choose Mythic gear from raid slot in the Great Vault. Yes, you do.
What the fuck?
Do you ever cast multi-shot? You can safely remove multi-shot from your boss. So basically no, is the answer. Gamble on a name shot that I was never gonna finish. Whew.
We did it.
Down to St. James Infirmary. Saw my baby down. $271 right now. Basically, only can upgrade my hero items as I only plan to do more Mythic plugs and still do weeklies. I mean, depends what you mean by weeklies. Like weekly quests, no, but weekly and plus every week, yes. Like your gearing loop now is gonna be farming all your best items from Mythic Plus and clearing heroic raid and Mythic raid. Not Mythic grade, but Mythic Plus, and then hoping that your vault turns out good stuff. You're good, blue strat. Damn, my girlfriend got a Mythic weapon in vault. That easy. From her only Mythic vault slot as well. That's nuts.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Ah, you can't greet those swirlies. It's so annoying. Hey, Pudgy, congrats on your weapon. How can I do nightmare hunting? You just go to the hunt guy. You gotta level up to, I think, what is it, level 4 on his reputation track thing, which you do by doing lower tier praise. But I mean, this volley, it's always here, man. Where was I? Ooh. Roof volley always best. It's always that exact spot as well. Like, I think that's happened to me 3 times now. And you would think it's like a fluke given how specific it is, but no. Every time. Good morning, Dexter. Welcome to the stream. Holy heck, Charlie D, thanks so much for gifting 5 subs. And congrats to Nesty, thanks, Raysack, Side Effect, and Huge Jazzes. Huge Jazzes. Yeah, okay. Congrats on the sub. I don't judge. I just had to like, because I saw it coming and I was like, there's something here, but it didn't click immediately. And then, yeah, okay. There's a great blue sky waiting right behind. Is it the year of the spear? No, not this season. Is the Ranger Trinket from Illyria actually that good combined with the box? No. I mean, it's just a B tier trinket, I think, on my guide or so. So yeah. Is BM any good now? Overall, no. Compared to MM, it's better in some dungeons, but like Hunter is generally bad in Mythic Plus. Like it's pretty far off meta performance, unfortunately. So it depends what is meant by good in this context. .7 KDPS. I mean, yeah. Like eye level is powerful, but it's like eye level on trinkets is powerful. That doesn't mean that it's a good trinket. It just means that trinkets are powerful as a slot. When I do M+, I have the feeling that MM Hunter especially is only around your CDs. Yes. It's all about making good true shots. Better vault this week? Yeah, it's pretty good. I basically got what I wanted, which was a Mythic tier legs. I might still pick Socket depending on what happens for raid drops and whatnot. Not fully sure yet. But Socket vaults are not bad. They have a bad rep, but they're actually pretty good. Which means it's difficult to have unless you have nothing to put the socket in. Socket vaults are actually pretty solid. But I got given a Mythic tier head from Vanguard first kill. So that would be a home for a socket. Mythic weapon involved made by World Tendercrafts feels good. Hell yeah. That's the main character plot development right there. Only shite was second option was Mythic Puzzle Box. Oof. Could you not have waited until raid to see? Because first boss is quite puggable now. There's nothing special about, like, it's not like the boss takes more damage at full health blue strat, so no problem with that. I don't raid. I mean, I know, but like, you, like, it, you know, like, I mean, you can pug it is what I mean. And buy it from someone. Unless you mean you don't raid as like a matter of deeply held principle, including pugs. He doesn't row. I just don't park to keep my sanity fair. Is there still like time to die weak hours in the past? No, I wish. I'm definitely sometimes getting screwed over because I don't have my time to die weak aura. That true shot timing was crazy. It didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. It worked out better for my teammate. Or maybe a potion. I don't know. How much would it cost to buy first boss Mythic? I mean, not much, but again, like, it's very puggable. Like, it's a very, very easy boss. I pugged it on my 258 eye level alt and top damage, like. Never seen it drop and I was hoping to get into for my first revolt slots. I mean, if you haven't killed the boss on Mythic, then you can't get it in your vault. You can get other weapons from Mythic Plus in your vault, but you can't get that weapon. Not that it's a good weapon, the stats are mid as fuck. Mid any, yeah, Mythic track weapon, fair. Third crafting item if you have weapon, belt, and boots. I mean, whatever sims higher at that point, right? You have no more biz crafts left. You have to kill a boss or dungeon to get... not in dungeon, I mean, Mythic Plus is like one loot pool, and then raid is like a boss base, right? It's a custom dirt style. You like, you cannot receive custom things because it's like it's hard coded black magic stuff. Hurricane Heart is the best weapon you can get, yeah. Oh no. Okay, we can Hunter's Mark at the very last moment. Okay, didn't spot him.
You know your eyes in the morning sun. Feel your touch. And the moment that you're far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms.
Kill it! Kill it! Thank you for the kind words, Landslide. I am it because PI is because it's a 12 key and not a higher one. It's because it's a 12 key. Although this dungeon is borderline MM key anyway. Pretty sure it's an MM key. Don't you think some MP Plus encounters are cursed by due to movement and prior kills check? I'm not sure what prior kills check, but movement, no. Huh? You need to kill them, but you need to move. I mean, what do you need to move for? Like, you just, like, orbs are just, like, very minor movement. Is the house and crest over the cap or no? It's not uncapped. Wait. No. Yeah, no, it isn't. Wait, what? I feel like that's uncapped. Wait, no, it's because I didn't open the box yet. Yeah, they're capped. Never mind. Should I craft a weapon if I haven't got Mythic track yet? Not sure if I'll kill first boss this week. It's a gamble. Hey, Taffy, thank you. Is it still worth to do delves? Delves are for nothing in terms of endgame gear. I got Mythic version of the Siege Shoulders, the ones that have like 20 agility against aberrations. That's not that bad. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you'd, depending on what you're doing, I feel like you'd pick Socket over that for the most part. Because the socket is like 0.5% everywhere, while shoulders are 0.5% on those. I mean, they are BIS, but then so is the socket. Like, not everything BIS is the same level of upgrade.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, shit. Ah. Oh, no, I definitely pop CDs way early here because it's a 10 and he's going all the way. No. This is... it's over. Okay, this is a mess. Okay, it basically worked out. Being completely capped on Hero Crest sucks ass. Wait, why? Oh, like how? What? What's bad about that? Oh, in that sense. Yeah, like Hero Crest in early medium level gearing, like a very precious commodity. I'm done with my Hero Crest, but I've been lucky and fortunate with the loot. It's too late to change your mind. You let lost. Ah. Now, I could send cooldowns on the boss. But come on. That's boring. Do you have any tips or advice you found when doing prog? You just need to survive the 4 and 5 minute marks of the fight, specifically 5. You can do like a long turtle at the end of the execution sentence at the 5:05 mark, and you sit in turtle for like 5 seconds, and it also covers the toll after. That's the most dangerous point of the fight, and you can completely immune the whole thing as MM for pretty small DPS loss. So I think that's pretty good. Fair, Kenny, I'll add that. 750k is nothing. You can do like 1.2 mil that pull. Like bursting high is the easiest thing for anyone to do because you literally just have to press the buttons in a particular order of like 5 buttons and you'll do it. The rest is gear. Is DRBM better than Pack Leader? Yeah, virtually always. Outside pure single target, but there's only one pure single target fight. Alright, let's make this disengage work. The Sentinel survival bug is fixed, but it doesn't change my recommendations on any level. Are you not using 2 aim shots in a row on the volley? No. Only if it's a like ultra short-term burst thing. It was found to be not a DPS loss, but not a DPS gain either after the Hydra nerf. The bug was that Sentinel's marks would not go on your main target, so they would get wasted a lot. Tumibo. Hey Vanity, welcome to the stream. Hey Syracuse. How are we doing this Wednesday? Pretty good. Just getting the weekly chores out of the way. Anything juicy involved? Mythic TLX, but possibly Socket. We'll see. Can you make the disengage? Already did, gamer. Nice. Hopefully it hits me so I can demonstrate the disengage. Oh, it's on me. Let's go to the ad so we can demonstrate it before boss dies, hopefully. Like that. You just turn around and keep DPSing until he stops moving, and then you turn around and sort it out. Oh. Avoidance on my heroic tier chest. That kind of slaps, actually. Holy. And the warrior got socketed hell. He's absolutely juiced. Let me go catalyst this chest. I don't know what I want. I like being happy about like you know, like catalyst. This whole catalyst system is just really nice. Being able to take advantage of this and get avoidance is just really awesome.
Here for one more day to raid and analyze.
Can enchant prices come down already though? Can you show your CDM? Want to see what buffs you're tracking? There you go. Buy them Tuesdays. They're like 1.5x what they were yesterday. Fair, but I don't. How was I gonna know that I was gonna get that chest? Back to seed, it seems. Ichikanito? No, this is an unprocessed German prog metal band. Does Beast Cleave make Beast Wrath cleave uncapped targets? Yes, it does. Sounds a lot like his tone. Yeah, fair. I mean, there's a lot of overlap between those performers, I would say. Like Polyphia, Unprocessed, Ichika, some others. Do you know if any of the world content trinkets could be decent hero check if you get them in the vault? No, not really. I was watching any CPT stream yesterday and he's doing BW before WT always. As pack leader, then he's just inting. I mean, unless he has the,
5,
you know, the
4,
beast
3,
cleave from a previous wild
2,
fresh.
1.
In that case, it's fine. I've done nothing, Cajole, but I do, like, in advanced interface options, CVAR stuff, I have set, like, some CVARs, I think, that are hidden in the base UI. But strictly speaking, no add-ons are affecting my SCT. It's just Blizzard settings, but they're, like, hidden settings. No, I missed out on that. Okay. Oh, shouldn't have sent that rapid fire. Why am I sometimes only getting 18 stacks of Bulletstorm after volley rapid fire? I mean, that's not a sometimes. You will always get that because double tap is not literally double. It's 80% more. So it's 18 hits of rapid fire. If you're getting 20 from volley rapid fire, then you fucked up because then you're on AoE and you shouldn't be volleying rapid fire to begin with because you would have gotten 20 either way. Ah, forgot my arcane. I'm bad. Yeah, volleying rapid fire on anything on AoE is really, really bad. Do you imagine if I could bursting shot this caster in? How useful that would be. Healer dead. Oh, wait, tank
Only
dead.
the strongest
How the
survive.
Oh no, it reset. Can I have one heal on my character? Like, do we have a healer? What's going on? This is an awkward setup. Wait, Tank is dead again. No, Justin, I popped my puzzle box. Why is he not moving? Why is he just standing there? Come, Tank. Ah, fucked up my kick on this. Okay, I got it. Okay, my cooldown salvaged the pull, sort of. No, yeah, send. Okay, there will be no slander of these people. These are my guildies. I'm sure there's a perfectly good explanation for what happened. Hate this little tree. Did MM get any buffs or nerfs last update? No. Wasn't BM supposed to be better in seed? Yeah, for high keys. This is a 12. What's the determining factor for when BM overtakes MM in lower keys? The determining factor is that it doesn't. Well, it's not fully true. I mean, the pulls just need to be big enough and constant enough. But the thing is, it's almost impossible to pull big enough to make BM better in low keys. Everything just melts. Like, you see the first pull in this dungeon, for example. That would be a great BM pull. if it lasted longer than 15 seconds, even if you pull the whole room on a 12. Like, BM just needs pulls to live more than like 40 seconds. And then it's pretty happy. I'm doing 10, 11 keys as BM and MM on my Siren Sky. You should need to prioritizing BM stats. I mean, you use the appropriate stats for the spec you're playing. You can change gear between keys, you know. Stats are not going to be a determining factor in what spec you play, like, ever. Crafted weapon with Embell and Cloak with Arcano. Cloak is kind of an iffy second craft if you craft a weapon, because, like, it is the long-term biz option, but the thing is, the real long-term biz option is World Tenders. So it's like, what's the point of crafting Arcano when it's like a short-term bad craft? Is sort of the way I see it. Do you know if the shoes from set alone is embellishment? They are, but they don't give any power, so it's just worthless. That's why World Tenders is kind of a rough craft if you're not crafting both at once. You wouldn't recommend crafting weapon even if you just started this week? I would, for the most part. Can I get a single goddamn proc? Look at my damage! I'm not getting any Lunar Storms! Push key save K duel. Like, it never ever makes sense to talk about key level. Anyone who is like, oh, at this key level you play X has no idea what they're talking about. Because, like, my 18 might be like your 14. Like, if things live as long for you, for me, it just fundamentally doesn't make sense. Because if everyone played at the limit of their characters, no one would be pushing anything less than 20s right now. You know? Like, people are 2-chesting 18s easily. No problem at all. What matters is how hard the key it is for you. Because if things live as long for you in a 14 as they do for top gear teams in 20s, then it might as well be a 20 from your point of view.
surrender. We're so close to the bottom. No.
My font is behaving weirdly. It's Scurry that covers most of WoW fonts. Most of WoW fonts are Frisk Quadrata. Scurry is like the font for that really squiggly, looks like old parchment font. That's Scurry. Is there no way to guarantee Sentinel's marks? No. Does that count survivability requirements? M Plus has no survivability requirements. It's just you're graded on a curve where you will die less on average playing Dark Ranger. Like, yeah, sure, if damage and time per pack was the same, you would always play DR, but it's not, so you don't, you know? Oh, they got my catalyst charge back. MM over BM in seed 12 with my guildies, yes. Three more dungeons or so. Oops, cancel my... Vanity, you're French, right? So did you make sure to grab the French font folder? If you're playing on a French client, you need that specific font folder for my installation. Otherwise, you will have weird stuff. I'm not French, no. Okay, I mistook you for someone else named Vanity who's French. My bad. It started today. Well, it would help if you were more specific on what the issue is. What profession crafts bow? Inscription? Yes, inscription. The font on my objective tracker, for example, goes back to default instead of yours. That's strange. And you definitely don't have some other font thing acting like Font Mancer or some add-on like that. The only thing I can really think of. Does your UI work out of the box for 29.19 res? Not out of the box, but like almost. All you have to do is like, once you set it up, Viras, your map will be like here, and your buffs will also be over here. You just go into edit mode and move them over. So it takes you 10 seconds away from out of the box. Gonna wipe font folder again and place yours. I mean, fair, but I mean, if that works, it means your font folder somehow got corrupted without you doing anything, which is like a bigger issue with your PC. What is that dong again? Excuse me?
5, 4, 3.
Oh, song.
2,
This is Baba
1.
Yetu from Civilization. It's from, I think, this official soundtrack of Civilization 4. Where's that tank? Hello? How do I get my Uyghurs to work? Go play on a private server before they killed Uyghurs. Play classic, I guess. There's no more Uyghurs. Not in any way that matters. Coming back to the game. I understand. I'm sorry to hear that. Not because we're not glad to have you, but if you've missed the add-on Apocalypse and you're just coming back to you now and you were expecting Uyghurs and everything, God help you. Oh. Good thing it's only a 12. That's when you grab Acer UI and the life goes on. That's so true. Very, very good point. I guess I'll pop here. Okay, healer gets something to heal. We have lost no scope Nate. I will rest him after my cooldowns, I guess. Where's his corpse? Wait. Oh, he's over there. Okay. Wait, I don't have the item. What? I was pretty sure I did, but seems not. Next week, if I don't get weapon in vault, I will craft this gunner bow. I would say gun for BM and bow for MM. Bird empty, I can see. It was meant to be. House. This died. What's the red pot in your action bar, Tonya? That's my health pot. Silver Moon health potion. So my second row here is basically just defensives. Wait, I don't have cooldowns up in time. We were too fast. That's so bad, actually. Unless... Wait, what? I guess we just might have a chance. We've lost our healer. Don't die, tank. Okay. Full pug? Not even one of... No, these are all my guildies. Some of the most efficient raiders in the world. Is Gaze better than Plume for BM now? No. It seems from unbugged sims. What are unbugged sims? Were the sims bugged before? For that Trinkets, because new proc will give 2 applications at full duration. Okay, so there's been a recent change to how Gaze sims. If so, I have not rerun any numbers since that, depending on how recent this is. I guess I know what I'm doing after my my weeklies here. Wait, what? Someone clicked the wrong one? Yeah, I mean, it seems to just be a thing on how the trinket works fundamentally, right? It's not even interacting with class mechanics, so yeah, just like Skaze needs to be resimmed. Maybe it's better for everyone now. If you could change anything about M+, what would it be? No group buffs, like raid buffs, don't work in there. That's probably the number one thing. Number two thing, penalties for spec stacking, maybe. Like, so you combine that because, okay, if you take away group buffs, then you might have metas again where you stack the same thing. Then you need to do like a penalty for spec stacking past, let's say, key level 12, so that people who want to spec stack in casual keys don't get fucked, but competitive keys don't become degenerate. Yeah, that would be a start. Okay, we're going back to seat. Why remove party buffs? Because then you don't have the same specs being a meta every time. Or at least you have less of that. Because like, so it ends up being a situation where if one spec is meta, then the rest of the meta becomes built around buffing that spec. Like if you have one spec that's like really, really turbo broken, like that's why mage is meta so often, right? It's because there's usually some other cast that it's really good, like Shadow Priest or Warlock, and there's no better buff for those than a mage. Would you include Lust in
5,
there?
4,
No.
3, 2.
Well, I mean, honestly, why not? Like, or just make Lust not a specific. Yeah, like, yeah, like, isn't it just pointlessly restrictive that a Mythic Plus comp needs a Lust class? It's not really obvious to me who is helped by that or in which way the game is made better. Class flavor? Who the fuck cares about flavor in competitive keys, though? Like, I'm all like, listen, below 12, I don't care. But above 12, where the only value is just competitive IO pushing, I don't think we need the class fantasy in there. The game isn't all about competitive keys, no, but everything I'm talking about is. Because you already have different rules for 10 and 12 keys and other ways, like how resilient keys work and how like the affixes and stuff. Like it would be straightforward to add an affix that's, you know, introduces these mechanics past 12. The game would probably be more fun and more classes would be played if drums had... Yeah, exactly. If you could just use drums for Lust. I think Lust is cool, but I don't see why it should be limited to only certain classes. And I'm saying this as a Lust class. We actually hold CDs. When I say that you can't count on me, it's true. Like, it seems to me like a lot of Mythic Plus problems could be fixed pretty easily with relatively easy changes to implement. But of course, the world is complicated and sometimes you may create incentives you didn't anticipate. Give loss to all healers? Honestly, yeah, not a bad idea. Like, Mythic Plus should be about... Well, it shouldn't be about a button you press before the dungeon starts and everyone is 3% stronger because you're there. Like Druid buff or whatever. That's what it shouldn't be about. Can we all at least agree on that? Like, that should not be a reason that your spec is meta. What if Black Arrow reduced the CDF kill command? Yeah, I mean, that would be another thing that Black Arrow does. And it would increase its power. I mean, it is a little bit lame how often Dark Ranger is pressing Cobra Shot on AoE at the moment, I think. Please no YPs here again. Make Trinkets the go-to for party utility. Yeah. I'm not sure I like that quite as much, but like it would solve the problem. Or contribute to solving the problem.
Only the
what the hell?
strongest
I was greeting my health pot, I
survive.
guess. I got backstabbed in the same moment. Send a wall here. Oh, double arcane like an idiot. Never been into saxophone, but this music is banging. This song owns. This whole band, they're called Thank You Scientist. And they have, yeah, they're like jazz-inspired brass instruments plus crazy, but their vocalist recently quit, so they don't have this voice anymore, and I haven't heard the new one yet. Can't wait for MM Dark Ranger to be a thing again. I like what they did with Sentinel and the Hydra stuff. But Dark Ranger just hit different. Yeah, the changes. But the thing is, I mean, the big problem with Dark Ranger and the War Within was the RNG aspect. And I'm a little bit worried that that is going to return with the new way it works. Or the new old way it works. The RNG made it really frustrating to play competitively. Like, the war, like, in general, Season 3 of The War Within, it was nice being meta, but holy fuck, in Raid, trying to, like, pass and, like, try to be like, oh yeah, I'm playing really well. You just couldn't, because you were playing you had the choice of the two most RNG specs in the game's history. And your DPS was just completely divorced from how well you played. And I really, really didn't like that in a raiding context. In Mythic Plus, it was okay because over a whole Mythic Plus dungeon, things tend to flatten out, you know? But on a raid fight, especially as they got short towards the end of the season, it was so bad. But also, like, you know, Dimensious burst window, like, all of Dimensious passing was just fucking RNG. Because you only needed the RNG for, like, one tiny part of the fight. And either you got the proc or you didn't, and that determined... doesn't matter how well you played for the remaining 8 minutes of it. I thought that was very lame. Yo, Yagi, what's up, dude? And congrats again. We have Hunter royalty among us, chat. So what's now? Like, do you have like a break of a few weeks before things pick up again, or? No idea. I level some characters in EU, and in 7 days time trials for MDI starts at S0 break. I'm so tired. Holy shit, dude. That's the pro WoW player grind right there, chat. That is brutal, honestly, just to think about. God.
Oh, what?
Only
Okay.
the strongest
Okay, I just got bolted for 300k.
survive.
Pretty, Yeah, oh my god. And I guess you're gonna be pushing, at least eventually, on live for IO. And then there's MDI. Don't think I was ever as tired as I am right now. Could imagine. Holy shit. But you got the W. I mean, that was feel good. Like, honestly, the last few days, whichever guild I was watching the polls of, I felt so much secondhand anxiety and nerves. Like, I didn't really, like, didn't really care that much who won, but, like, I would just imagine the nerves of being in either situation in those last few days. I don't even know how you keep it together. I think all my hair would actually turn gray from the sheer stress of it. Yeah, that's an all-time classic. You basically couldn't have asked for a greater world first to join as your first one, Yagi. There's a very good hack to be a bit less stressed. Oh yeah? Just don't look at the other guild. Yeah, fair. And I guess also don't look at your chat because Twitch chat is, well, Twitch chat. Yeah, that'll help for sure. But even if you do that, I mean, surely it's in the back of your mind, right? Yeah, I mean, brutal. But I also could imagine, I mean, honestly, like winning, the dopamine surge of winning such a race. I don't know, I can't speak to it being worth it, but holy fuck, it must be like actual, like, lifetime peak experience, low-key, I mean. And it was a very good race for viewers to watch, no doubt about it. I'm pretty sure I feel like it's almost undisputably the best, greatest race ever. I fucked my throat from screaming and I didn't expect myself to react like this. God damn, I could imagine. So will I be able to hear that if I open your Liquid Armory POV? Because obviously I bought that because it's pretty useful to check those POVs. But sometimes it has the player's mic on it and sometimes not. The worst part was looking at Echo killing the boss and not even smiling. The frustration was really heartbreaking. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other side of it, right? Like the greatest win ever of the greatest race the world first, but it's also possibly one of the most painful losses in Echo's history. Because I think they were favorites going into the last day. If there will be sounds, then be prepared by my Gasani. In my OBS, it was not that loud. I'll be sure to check that out. Because I'm obviously going to be looking at your POV when prepping the kill for myself. People don't understand fully how big of a grind everyone had to do to make it happen. I mean that's another thing. I mean this like all this stuff before the raid even came out, all the characters, the splits. I mean that whole part just seems so unnecessary. I mean, it's not unnecessary. Like I really hope that a solution is found where that doesn't need to be a thing for the race to be a thing. From early access to 28th of February till now, it was 15 hours per day grind for over a month. Yeah, I mean, that'll... And you have to do it 2 or 3 times a year. Well, nah, the expansion launches are a bit different. It's not going to be quite the same next time, I guess, but still pretty intense. Yeah, how much did you sleep per night, do you think, on average? Like, do you actually get a 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep? Back to the last thing, what comp would be insane if Drums was as good as Bloodlust? Well, the thing is, Org is just completely cracked the Mythic Plus as it is, so it wouldn't change anything at this moment. They respect a lot here sleep, you have time to sleep 8 to 10 hours. Oh, that's kind of pog. Sleep value is big for players. Yeah, I could imagine. But it must also be nice to fall asleep. Because you're just thinking about, yeah, everything. And there must be like some temptation to check how the other guild is doing, and most people taking some things to help them sleep. Yeah, I could imagine. What's your opinion on MM in plus high keys? I really enjoy MM, but do I actually have to play BM? BM is just better in keys with really big pulls and whatnot. But the thing is, I mean, from Yagi's POV, neither Hunter spec is any good for the keys he's doing. Like, I mean, I don't think we're gonna see Hunter in MDI. It would have to be Mysara, which is MM's best dungeon, but even that I honestly strongly doubt. Hey Sly, just finished up the weeklies. Because the last 10 crests are actually kind of worthless, and I don't need hero crests past a certain point. So, yeah, if there are any final questions from chat, then let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna come off here in a few minutes. What you get out of your vault? I could choose between a Mythic tier legs or a socket. And the thing is, I might be able to get Mythic tier legs from Raid tonight, and so I would pick socket. So that's sort of what I'm investigating as an option. Saturday heading off this is open stream. Sorry. Let me open my heroic box here. Let's see what we can get. Maybe get... I already have a plume, so I don't even know what I would want, but let's see. Heroic gun. Okay, incredible. Never mind. Sim says large margin of error even though I have premium. I mean, so the sim basically tries to calculate how many iterations it needs to get to a certain target error. Like, basically, Locturas, don't worry about it. It's the TLDR. Long story short. Pick the Mythic bow from Windrunner Crit Haste over Mythic TLX. Was this a mistake? If you have not crafted a weapon, it was the right choice. Unless you could have gotten first boss Mythic weapon. Any ETA in MDT sim? Probably this reset, but I don't know. Don't want to promise anything. But probably. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the stream for now, but I'll be back again in 6 hours' time with my raid. We're just gonna slam through Mythic and then go straight into Illyria proc, so that should be fun. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. If you like the stream, be sure to follow. If you really like it, consider subbing here on Twitch, on Patreon for access to my UI, Hunter coaching videos I've made for others, and much more. Until next time, wish you all a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Enjoy Mrs. Robinson.